Welcome to HSP at Home, where we'll be uploading some brand new content to our website. We hope you have a good workout.
So, place your feet together for me. It can be on your mat if it's a little bit cold. If you feel more balanced off, that's fine. Turn your heels out for me and then your toes so that your feet are hip width apart. Lovely. Gently rock forwards and backwards. Just imagine that you're on some sand and you're just going to let the sand trickle through your toes. You want to watch those heels don't turn in. Make sure you're right behind those toes. Lovely. Find that point where the big toe, little toe and heel are equally spread, and then soften your knees. Place your hands onto your hips. We're just going to tilt the pelvis forwards and backwards. Just imagine you've got a bucket of water. You're just going to slosh the water out behind and push out in front. And then begin to make it smaller and smaller until that bucket of water is nice and level for you. Nice. Place your hands down by your side. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, let it go. Slide the scapula down the back. And again, inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, slide the scapula down the back. One more time for me. Inhale. And slide the scapula down the back. Place your thumbs on your lower rib cage, your fingers onto your hip bones. Slide your ribs towards your hips. So we want to allow that lower back to lengthen. Place your hands down by your side, your shoulders back. Engage your pelvic floor. So gents, boys up, ladies, like we're busting for a week. So you're going to draw it all the way up like you've got an elevator going to the 10th floor. And then let it go. Gorgeous. And again, all the way up. And then let it go. One more time, all the way up. Release to 50 and down to around about 20, the second floor of that elevator. The next thing we're going to do is engage your TVA. So imagine you've got a marble in your belly button, you don't want to let it go. You're going to draw the marble in as tight as you can, a bit like a tight t-shirt. You're going to hold it nice and secure and let it go. One more time, drawing it all the way in as tight as you possibly can. And then let it go. And then we're going to set up, so drawing all the way in as tight as you possibly can, release to 50, and then down to about 20%. Lovely. We want to hold that throughout the session, keep your chest open, tuck your chin in. Lengthen the back of the neck, look straight forward along the horizon, and then draw your chin backwards like you're placing your head against the carpet rest. Lovely. From here, hands onto your rib cage, fingers touching. Lateral thoracic breathing. We're going to inhale. Fingertips will naturally expand. Exhale. They'll come back together. So breathing in and breathing out. So your hands are like curtains as you breathe in. The curtains are going to open. As you exhale, the curtains close. Keep drawing that belly button towards the spine. Pelvic floor lifted. It's your first bit of practice. Breathing and holding your powerhouse at the same time. One more time. Gorgeous. Place your hands down by your side. You're into your roll down. Chin towards the chest, head nice and heavy. Shoulders are going to relax. I'm just going to roll down as far as you can to mild tension, wherever that is for you. Hands away from the legs, head nice and heavy. And then gently rebuild the spine. We're going to go twice more. So we inhale at the top, keep the TVA pelvic floor engaged. Lateral thoracic breathing, exhale, chin towards the chest. Roll through the spine, nice and heavy. Work for every single one of those vertebrae. Keep the weight equal in the feet and gently rebuild one bone at a time, nice and heavy with that neck. Relaxing that head forwards. Lovely. Engaging that powerhouse one final time, chin towards the chest. Nice, keep the weight in the toes strong. Hands away from those legs, nice and relaxed. Gently rebuilding one bone at a time, like a zip on a jacket. Slowly rebuilding that spine. Shoulders back once you get up. Head against the car head rest, ribs towards the hips, TVA pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale, arm comes up, palm faces the ceiling. Time to look at your hand. Slide between two panes of glass. Gather up the air around you, keep the shoulders down. So don't worry about how far that arm goes, keep that shoulder down. Turn your head, lift up and over a beach ball. Slide between two panes of glass. Again, you're lifting, and it's not about depth, it's about form. Good. Inhale, other arm. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gather up the air around you. Keep that shoulder in place. Stabilize your shoulders. Turn your head up and over. And bring it up. We're going to go twice more. Inhale, exhale. Keep that shoulder down. Turn the head to stretch the neck. Up and over. Lovely, really good. Soften your knees when we carry them. Just take the tension off the knees. Keep those knees soft. Lifting up and over. Once more each side. Inhale. Exhale. You're lifting out that spine. Shoulders stable. Turning the head. Up and over. The next exercise we're going to do is rotation row. So stay where you are. You're going to have your hands out in front, your shoulders back and down, ribs under. Now make sure you soften those knees to get that pelvis under. From here we inhale, exhale, keep squeezing under the shoulder blade. So it's the muscle under the scapula that we're trying to engage to stabilize the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, pull one elbow backwards, squeezing under that shoulder blade, and you're going to go as far as your body will let you go, keeping your hips forwards. And if you keep that shoulder down, you can open the arm fully, mine won't go any further, and then bring it back. So you inhale, exhale. Hips stay forward, this time it's the other side. You just take as far as you can, squeezing that shoulder blade down. Lovely, draw that TBA in. Inhale, exhale. Lovely, gorgeous. TBA, pelvic floor the whole time, pelvis face forwards. So we get a nice twist in that waist through that rib cage. Once more. Excellent, John, watch that pelvis doesn't twist. Hands down, chin towards the chest, we're going to roll towards the floor. Head nice and heavy. And then come to the floor in a way that feels good for you. Okay, so just anywhere that you need to move to get to the floor. Lovely. So we're going to be doing all fours to start off with the swimming alternative. Just watch first, because I know I've got people viewing in different places, so I'm going to demo. Your hands are directly under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. This is a lumbar spine exercise for strength. So if you find your wrists are uncomfortable, thumbs up so that you've got your wrist straight, or roll your mat and just give yourself a little bit of extra cushioning for your wrists, okay? So from here, shoulders back, stabilize. Always stabilize those shoulders. Draw the ribs towards the hips. Just watch first, because as soon as you look at me, you break your Pilates posture. So the ribs are towards the hips, TBA, pelvic floor. We inhale, Exhale, you squeeze under your shoulder blades, similar to what we just did, to try and bring your fingers forwards. You squeeze under the shoulder blade to try and lift that arm whilst keeping neutral. Pelvic floor, TBA, everything engaged. And then you bring it back down. You shift your weight. You try the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze that shoulder blade. Stabilization is a key element of Pilates in the shoulders. Bringing it back. From here, if you wish to try the legs, which are a little bit trickier, you inhale. Exhale, you send one leg back. You keep the toe on the floor. Then you inhale. Exhale, squeeze your buttock and your hamstring to lift your leg, keeping your pelvis stable. And then you bring yourself back down. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you choose, you can do opposite arm and leg if you have the stability. Listen to your body. When you're ready, set yourself up. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's slide the ribs towards the hips and the shoulders down. Gorgeous setup. Pick the level that challenges you. Good. Both Johns, proud chest, lengthen that spine. TBA in. Relax your scapula. Squeezing under those shoulders always. Nice. Continue to flow with that movement. Nice. Linda, just relax your shoulders for me. Angela, proud chest, lifted in that chest. Good. Twice more on each side, make sure you're equal on both sides. Nice. Making sure those shoulder blades down for me. Once you have finished, sit back in child pose so I know you're there. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it hard. Like this one again. So, lovely. So when you have finished, you can lengthen. Alternate option is downward dog, Karen, if you need to. Yeah, so it's an option. That's it. Enjoy that stretch. Reach those fingertips forward, send the hips backwards. Inhale, exhale, bring yourself up gently to a position where you can see the next exercise. Swan. So it's very easy for our shoulders to lift. So we want to engage underneath the shoulder blades. I'm going to just demonstrate first. You are in prone position, toes in, heels out. Glutes are relaxed, legs are relaxed, forehead's on the hands. We inhale, exhale, ribs towards the hips, TBA pelvic floor, you relax your head. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. But the shoulders must stay down. That's the whole point of the exercise. And the legs completely relaxed. So when you're ready, laying flat on the floor. Level 1, forehead on the hands. Level 2, hands out to the side. Level 3, hands out to the side. Toes are in, heels are out. Glutes relaxed, hamstrings relaxed. Beautiful. From here, draw your ribs towards your hips and imagine you've got an icicle under your belly button. Engage that TBA. Once you're in position, the first movement is the shoulders sliding down and the head is a dead weight. Nice, lovely. 8 repetitions in total for me. Completely relax those legs. Drop your heels out. When you drop your heels out to the side, you cannot engage the back of your leg. Why we do it? Keep your chin tucked under from the hand, so the cervical spine stays long. Once you finish, come back to all fours at the top of your mat. No rush if you're finishing that exercise. If you have finished, just bring yourself to tabletop, ribs towards the hips, TBA, pelvic floor, shoulders down.
What's TBA?
TBA is the muscle that comes across your stomach.
Yeah.
So when we said about the beginning about the marble pulling in,
Yeah.
that's your TBA. It's your muscle that comes across here. Yeah. So when we say pulling your TBA, marble towards the spine. Because often when you're focusing on an exercise, we do this and we let go. So we're no longer supporting the back. Okay. After a few weeks, it starts to do it itself, but we have to focus on initially. But great question. So bring yourselves to your hands underneath, knees under the hips. Draw your TBA in, belly button towards the spine. Shoulders are back and down, so we're engaging under those shoulders. Now we're just going to do one in each direction. Cat pose, arch your back, release that last exercise. And then inhale, exhale, release in the opposite direction. And then come back to neutral. So ribs towards the hips, TBA, pelvic floor. We're going to go into your leg pull prone. So stay where you are. If this is challenging for you, just hold here. So shoulders down, ribs under, TBA, pelvic floor. Okay. So if that's challenging, just hold there. If you want to take it further, inhale, exhale, send one leg backwards. Keep your pelvis stable, ribs under, shoulders down. If you're still okay, inhale, exhale, send the other leg back, but you must be in neutral spine, which means shoulders down, elbows soft, belly button drawn towards the spine, pelvic floor lifted, push through those heels. And we're going to go 10, holding, 9, lovely, 8, keep relaxing those shoulders, proud chest, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down, and release child pose. Inhale, exhale, bring yourself forward onto your belly into prone position. Extend your arm as furthest away from me and turn onto your side. Lovely. Move in a way that feels good for you. We just want to step up into our side kick. So your hands above your head. If you find that you've got quite a tight neck, you can either put a cushion or something underneath, jumper, things like that, or you can bend your elbow to help you. Okay, just to lift your head a little bit. From this position, make sure you're straight. Your mat is a straight line, it's a good guide. But you want to make sure that if you look down, you can just see your toes. Your ribs are towards your hips, which means your TBA belly button is drawn in. And you're lengthening your lumbar spine, your lower back. Fingertips can be in front to help you balance, but your shoulders must stay down. So if your fingertips are in front, right up on the fingers to open that shoulder. Lift out of your waist. Make sure you haven't lost that position. You want to make this exercise harder, hand on the side. Inhale, exhale, lengthen your top leg away from you, then lift. Make sure you haven't stuck your bum out, I always do this, to tuck your pelvis if you need to make sure that you're still in neutral. Your powerhouse is switched on. Your powerhouse is your TBA and pelvic floor. Inhale, exhale, flex your foot, kick it forwards. Point your toe and then take it backwards. Once you have the exercise, try and keep your chin in line. So tennis ball under that chin. Exhale to move. Inhale when stationary. Exhale to move. Listen to your body. Only take it as far as you can with that pelvis staying stacked. The belly button drawn in, the pelvic floor lifted. Lovely. flowing with that movement. Let's go for 5 more. Nice, with that top shoulder open, drawing that belly button in. Once you have done all 10 repetitions, gently lower that leg down. From here, we're going to inhale, exhale, bend your knees in, soles in line with the buttocks. You're going to take that top hand, place it in front of you, and we're going to try and get right up on that shoulder blade. So again, if you need to have something under your head, you might want to roll your mat up if it feels too far, or a cushion, or a yoga block if you've got one. So we want to stretch through that neck at the same time as we go right up onto that shoulder. The other hand is in front. Lovely. We're going to inhale, exhale, and you're going to peel the hands across the arm. Keep the knees on the floor and open up the hand. So we're creating length in the side all the way through from the shoulder to the hip. If you can do that and you can get both shoulders down, you can extend your top leg and just continue to repeat that movement, finding that stretch for you. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go for 4 more. Once you finish all 6, take the fingertips above your head, fingertips on the floor always, and you're just going to go as far as you can go, keeping the shoulders down if you can. Always keep the fingertips on the floor as you go over the head. So we're going to do 6 in total, inhaling, exhaling to lengthen and lift around. So we're getting a bit deeper into the chest, stretching through that chest, all the way into the ribs as well. Keep those fingertips on the floor. Lovely. The legs keep lifting, just keep them bent. But if you can extend that leg, feel free to do so. Once you've done all 6 repetitions, inhale, exhale, and you're just going to roll yourself onto your back into supine position. No rush, just gently take yourself to supine position. So we're going to place the feet together to start with. And some people are at home as well. I'm going to give you verbal directions. So you're going to inhale, exhale, turn your heels out and then your toes out. That will make your feet hip width apart. Your knees want to be in line with your hips. So if you quickly look down, you'll be able to see that your knees are parallel. From here, place your hands onto your hip bones. Fingers and thumbs nice and relaxed. We're going to tip the marble from your finger to your thumb. So you're just massaging into that lower back, taking away any tension you might be holding on to. Just allowing yourself to release into that lower back. And one last time, we're going to start to make that movement smaller until the marble is dead center for you. Check that your pelvis is also level. Make sure one hand is not higher than the other. We want to keep them together. Once that marble is dead center for you, place your hands down by your side and melt your shoulders down your back. So you've got length in that neck. Thumb, rib cage, finger, little finger is going to go on your hip bones. Now, if you're like me, your ribs might have popped out. Not everyone does this. If they have, then slide the ribs towards the hips. You want to make sure your back is on the floor. Take your right hand. Just make sure you can't get your hand under your back. So if you were checking, you shouldn't be able to get under. That's to protect your back. We're going to set up your 100 exercise. So inhale. Exhale, lift your right knee into tabletop position. Now make sure the ribs are still towards the hips. When you lift that leg, self-check, take your right hand. Right hand should just touch your knee. Lovely, guys, really good. Then place that hand back down. If your belly button is still drawn in, your pelvic floor is still lifted, drop your ribs towards your hips, so your back is really on the mat now, and then you lift your second leg. Make sure you've got a tennis ball under the chin. Inhale, exhale, extend the arms. You're going to pulse up and down. If that's challenging for you, hold it there. If you want to take it further, curl up, look between your knees, but make sure you're right up in that curl up. If you want to take it further, you extend your legs away from you, keep pulsing. Make sure those knees, ankles are lifted, so you've got right angles. Lovely, really good. Nice height, Sue, lovely. Excellent setup. Coming up to halfway, go Herts the neck, bring the neck down. Keep drawing that belly button towards your spine. Imagine we've got that marble. You don't want to let it go. You can rest if you need to rest, but keep going if you can challenge yourself. You're over halfway. Keep breathing. Your body needs oxygen. Nearly there. You've got 10 more counts. Head comes down first, one leg, then the second leg, and then full body stretch. I really enjoy this stretch. It's a stretch of the hip flexors. They get quite tight for most people. So really just allow yourself to lengthen through those hips. Imagine someone's got your hands, someone else has got your toes. You're just going to allow yourself to lengthen through your entire body. Inhale. Exhale, bend your legs in. Bring your hands back down by your side. So the feet are hip width apart. The ribs are towards the hips. Pelvic floor TVA. We're going to go into your shoulder bridge exercise. So if you want to watch, you can just turn your head to watch me. Obviously, you can't start the exercise until you've stopped watching me. So from here, you have to keep your neck in alignment in order to keep your neck safe. So you must look at the ceiling when you do the exercise. Your hands are on your hips to self-check. Pelvic floor, TVA, belly button towards that spine. We tip the pelvis and we peel the spine off the floor. Now, never go into pain. Always to your own body's limits. If you get to here and you're like, just come back. If you can take it further, you're going to slowly come up, one bone at a time. Inhale at the top, exhale, and then slowly find one bone as you come back down. We're going to do 4 repetitions when you're ready. So hands onto your hips for me. Look up at the ceiling. Tuck your pelvis under, ribs towards the hips. And we're going to slowly peel the spine off the floor, one bone at a time. Lovely focus and control, nice. Good, beautiful. Once you get to the top, inhale, exhale, and find your way back down, one bone at a time. Now, if that felt good for you, next time you go up, you're going to lift one heel at a time. I'll talk you through it. Inhale. Exhale. Tilt the pelvis under, peel the spine off the floor, one bone at a time. Squeeze the buttocks to get you into a bridge position. Now, if you're okay there, inhale, exhale, lift your right heel off the floor. Nice, inhale, exhale, place it down, and then try the left. If nothing moves, that's fine, you just engage. If you're good, then you just come back down, one bone at a time. Work to the level that challenges you, but you can hold good form. Nice, lovely. Try some more for me at the level that works for you. Lovely, Angela, good. Good, Catherine, just get the ribs down as you hit the bottom. Good. So Catherine, keep trying to draw the ribs towards the hips for me. You want to try and find every bone as you come up. Your back body to stiff if you don't, which is normal. We all do it. Once you've done all four, bring yourself back to neutral, and we're going to work opening the top of the body. So your elbows are going to come onto the floor, fingertips facing the ceiling. Shoulders are down. Now get your ribs under so your back is on the floor. We're going to open the chest. So this is a stretch through the wrists, the hands, into the biceps and across the chest. We're going to inhale, exhale, allow your back of your hands to go towards the floor. So they're going to go by your face. You just keep going as far as you can until you find that stretch. Some people might be able to go all the way down, but you must keep your ribs towards your hips, TVA, pelvic floor. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. We're going to do 5 more. So use your rotator cuffs in your shoulders. You're going to inhale. Squeeze the shoulders, turn the arms, keep the ribs down, opening through the front of the body. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. All the time controlling that pelvic floor, controlling that TVA. Your hands can go all the way, fabulous. They only go so far, that's all good too. You might feel it up into the index finger, possibly into the little fingers. It depends what's tight for you. 3 more. 3 more reps for me. Keep the rib cage down. That's what's going to pop up. Join this. Lie down. When you're quite tight in those shoulders, the ribs will try and pop out up to compensate. And you're just going to go as high as your body will let you go and the shoulders stay down. And then you come back down again. So for some people, they'll get to here, that's fine. Other people, they'll be able to go all the way up and hold, okay? But it is a stretch through the front of the body. 6 repetitions in total. Listen to your body. It's about lengthening that spine so we can get that lift. Relax your shoulders, John. Okay. Still engaging that TVA and pelvic floor. You can think about watching the spider run across the floor and up the wall. Get that length. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Sally, relax your shoulders as long as you come up and down. Beautiful, lovely. Once you've finished your repetitions, if you want to roll to your side to watch the next exercise, you can, or if you want to sit up and watch, absolutely fine, whatever's comfortable for you. This is the double leg kick. If you're getting hamstring cramps today, okay, so just listen to your legs. You're going to squeeze the hamstring now, so just be aware of it, okay? So from here, toes, heels, hands behind your back. This is the double leg kick. It's about extending the front of the body, so your head can be to the side to start. TVA pelvic floor lifts. You inhale, exhale, you lengthen and lift. Head comes to neutral. You go as far as you can. You inhale, exhale, come down, and then you squeeze your hamstrings, double kick. Keep your hips on the floor, and then bring it back. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 6 in total. 1 repetition is upper body, lower legs. If the legs are feeling crampy today or uncomfortable, then just focus on the upper body. Nice, lovely. So you isolate the top of the body and then the bottom. Nice, lovely. You turn your head to the side. It is uncomfortable to keep the head in front when you're kicking. Nice, lovely. Really good at home. Nicely. Make sure you do the upper body first and then the lower body. Excellent. Once you have finished, just bring yourself up onto all fours. Just a quick cat stretch, just to release that exercise in the opposite direction. And then we're going to do some stretches. So you're going to take your 1 foot forwards, if it's comfortable to do, find your own journey into the stretch. I don't mind how you get there, but we want to come into a stretch where we're stretching our hip. So if it's uncomfortable to be on your knee, or this is just not quite physically possible, then you can stand up and just come to a stretch standing and just bringing that hip forward. So listen to your body. The goal is to have your hip stretching through here, and you're going to lift your chest. So if you want to, you can also be up here. You can also tuck your toe and stretch here. It just depends on you and and how your body feels today. Lovely. Don't place your knee down at the back for me, and then try and get that foot a little bit further forward if you can. And think more about your hips sinking forward. That's it. So you want to feel the stretch in front of the hip. Inhale, exhale, bring that leg down. Gently move yourself into the other position. So other leg. Again, don't feel like you have to force anything. Try and get that heel down on the floor. That's it, lovely. And then sink your hip forwards. Lift up if you choose. You're just looking for that stretch in the front of your hip. Excellent. Inhale, exhale, gently release. Come to a seated position in any way that feels good for you. We're just going to sit on one hip and we're going to come into a quad stretch, okay? So you have one hand on the floor, you can have it up on the can't remember what, fish. Oh, I was going to say up in the thumb, that doesn't make sense. Super, so you're going to take hold of your ankle and you're just going to pull it back by squeezing the glute forward. So we're stretching through the quad, but this is just a little bit more comfortable to sit up. And then try and get your ribs towards your hips. That will increase that stretch. Lovely. Just going to breathe there. So keep squeezing those buttocks, and that's going to keep driving and stretching that quad. Gently release. Stay on that hip. That hand you're just leaning on, bring it up. Up and over. Stretching that lower back. Shoulder always stable. Inhale, exhale, release. Swap the legs over to the other side. Again, in a way that feels good for you. You're going to do a quad stretch on the other side. So take hold of that ankle. Again, squeeze your buttock. Drive your hip forward so we lengthen through here. You might feel it here if you're particularly tight. Shoulders back. Now try and get your ribs under. That's going to increase that stretch. Gently release, bring my arm up and over. Keeping those shoulders open, both shoulders facing the front. Find that stretch in that hip. Gently release. Bring yourself onto your back. We're just going to come into your pretzel stretch. So extend one leg up. No rush, just find the position that feels good for you. And then bend that knee and cross it over the thigh. And then the foot on the floor is going to lift. And you're going to take hold of the thigh you just lifted. So we're squeezing through the hips. You keep your head on the floor. Now if that's too intense at all, you just keep that foot down, just keep opening that knee. The main thing is you find that stretch wherever it is for you. Just breathing here. Inhale, exhale, gently place that leg down. Other foot down. Bring the other foot up. Inhale, exhale, second leg up, take hold of that thigh and draw it in towards your chest. Inhale, exhale, gently release that leg. Placing it down. Just extend your legs away from you, lengthen your arms above you. Just releasing through those hips. Bring your arms down by your side and just tense every muscle in your body as tight as you possibly can. And then let it go. And again, tighten every muscle as tight as you can. And then let it go. One more time for me. Tighten your body as tight as you possibly can. Bend everything. And just let it go. And allow yourself to become heavy on the floor. Allow the shoulders to open, the hips to open, the feet to relax and the ankles to release. Just taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And again, deep breath in and exhale. One more time, following that breath, deep inhale and exhale. And just allowing yourself to lay there for just a moment. Imagine you're in some sand. Completely supported by the sand. Allow the grains of sand to sculpt your body. Shifting and moving as your body becomes heavier and heavier in the sand. In your own time, at your own pace, gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And in your own journey, start to make yourself a way onto all fours again. In any way that feels good for you, bringing yourself up to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale. Send your hips towards the sky. Downward dog. Start to pedal your heels. Release any tension in the calf muscles. And then both heels towards the earth. Bend your knees if you need to and just lengthen that spine. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands towards your feet. Keep your head nice and heavy. Feet hip width apart. So you can self-check. Make sure your toes are directly in front of your heels. Hang nice and heavy and just rotate from side to side of your feet. Just relaxing nice and heavy, just releasing into the lower back. And then be the slowest person to slowly rebuild your spine. Ensuring that your feet are equally spread in that sand, your knees are soft. You're stacking the bones one on top of the other, stretching against any tightness that you might feel. With the glutes stand, pelvic floor lifted. TBA, belly button towards the spine. Shoulders back and down. Ribs under. Head's going to come up last. Imagine that puppeteer pulling on the strings, creating space in all the vertebrae. Okay. Looking fabulous, guys. Hope you had a nice session. Hope everyone online had a nice session. Any questions, let me know.
Thank you very much.